Hello, it's me, your favorite rogue player and the best gamer, Korey, and I'm about to present you my favorite player operators on defense, and I made a little tier list about them. Obviously, our pilot program set has come out, now called the R6 share set, and we have gotten the rogue chunker, and I mean, it's quite easy to say he's just the best. Like, let's be honest, you have the Lord on your side, you're gonna win the defense, especially if you have our set. And after that, we have the God tier. And I think operators that currently count into the God tier are definitely Maestro. I mean, you got little cams, hard to destroy, lots of utility, 81 bullets. I mean, you can shoot 81 heads. Damn. I think it's hard to say. I would probably add Valkyrie next to that list. Good gun, C4, information gathering, super strong, and it's the same for Echo. He also has a super strong gun. Well, it's not necessarily super strong, but it has the 1.5 times scope, and it is a good gun. He has 2 of his Echo cams, which can deny time, deny a plant, give information. Obviously, as we all know, it can yellow ping, which is debatably good. I would also add Wamai and possibly Jaeger. I don't know if you should add Jaeger to strong only or to God tier. It's like highly debatable. But Wamai and Jaeger can also both deny, well, utility. And, well, with denying utility and with Wamai having a shield on top of that. Actually, I'm going to put Jaeger to strong and Wamai to God tier. Because Wamai, with the shield, brings more utility than Jaeger with barbed wire or... No. I'm going to leave it like that. Especially Wamai, because you can just deny all the Ash charges, all the flashbangs, and you're good to go. Next up on the list, an operator that I would rate to God tier, but which is also like kind of hard to rate, is Goyo. Brings 2 shields, he brings a strong gun, and he brings a C4, which is also super strong. But then again, his utility without a Wamai or Jaeger is super free to destroy. Like if you bring a Goyo but not a Wamai or not a Jaeger, then you're just gonna sit there and watch your shields explode. Next up, operators that I'm gonna rate in strong are Mute and Mozzie, both at the same time. But I rate Mute over Mozzie actually. Mute and Mozzie both bring drone denial. Both of the abilities deny drones, whilst Mozzie also gathers information. As soon as you catch a drone, you can use it against the enemy. Both bring a C4. Mozzie has 2 strong guns. Mute has the SMG-11, which is a strong gun on close range, but brings a shotgun to do rotations, to build up setups, and will just contribute a lot to the team. And obviously I flicked out my in-ear. Damn. Flicks are not only strong in-game, but also in real life. One operator that I would put to strong, but it's the same with Goyo. It's debatable. You can put him to God tier, but you can put him to strong both. Is Melusi. Actually, I'm gonna put him to strong for now and put Goyo down to I'm gonna put Melusi to God tier and Goyo down to strong. Melusi brings 3 traps, which all slow the enemy, which also make sound and which have to be punched or shot by an explosive charge to be destroyed. The same for Goyo, by the way. He can be shot from the back or exploded, but he only brings 2 shields, whilst Melusi, brings 3 charges. I think this way is better. Another operator, which definitely is strong, is Kaid, and I'm gonna add Bandit to the same list. Kaid is a weaker weapon. He is slower than Bandit too, and in general, he's just not as versatile as Bandit. But his ability to deny breaches and deny hedges, because he can electrify them, is, in my opinion, stronger than Bandit's ability. Because Bandit has to sit close, he has to actively trick, he's always in danger of getting naded and dying with his Bandit charges together. So he's like way more risky, but stronger individually than Kaid. I think that's the way how I would rank it. Obviously, we have to put in ranked as well, so I'm also gonna put Dog and Rook in strong. Even though I currently rate Rook over Dog because, well, Rook has 2 times. The Dog doesn't have the 2 times. He only has the 1.5 times scope, and we all know it's easier to spawn people with 2 times scope, right? Smoke is also gonna be in. Smoke is also a hard character. You could put him in God tier because he's always useful, like no matter what situation he's in, but he's always gonna be useful. You can deny 30 seconds. You have same as Mute SMG-11, anti-shotgun. You can make setups for your team, and you're able to do that much. I think strong is gonna be the biggest list looking at it. I think the next strong operator would be Mirror. Because simply of her mirror windows, if you place them in certain situations, and you put jammers behind them or bandit charges or Kaid charges, then they can't be shot that easily, and you need a Thatcher to destroy it. And on top of that, well, Her guard is strong, her C4 is strong. She's just a very good anchor overall. On top of that, I would also add Legion to strong. He's similar to Melusi, he has traps. His traps are a bit weaker than Melusi's, but he got more than 3. I think he got altogether 7 or 8. I'm unsure on the number, to be honest. He builds up little traps over the time, which also give you, well, sound when they pop and which do damage after time. His weapon is strong, 2 impacts, and he's just same as Smoke. He's almost always useful, and his gun is very good. Well, we counted ranked in with Dog and Rook, so I'm always also gonna put Vigilance strong, because well, especially in ranked, he can roam around, he can do a lot of damage, and he can't be seen, and his guns are just super strong. You throw your 2 impacts for rotations. On spot, you act like, hey, I did something for the team. You reinforce 1 wall, but not more. Your team can do more walls now. You just reinforce 1 wall, you run off, you spawn peek, you play it, you shoot. Strong. On a decent list, I think that's basically where I would add most of the other operators. There's Clash. She's just super situational. She got a lot of counters now. But if the team doesn't know how to play against it, and she can be obviously strong. But I think Clash is just way too situational. So I'm just going to put her on decent, because her ability to shoot back is very limited. I'm going to put Pulse on decent. He's got a super weak gun, but similar to Valkyrie, he's got a super good gadget. You can always almost play below, or well, even above. And you can throw your C4 up and try to blow people up, basically. But Pulse is a bit more situational than Valkyrie, in my opinion. You can't ping with a sensor. You only have 1 sensor. You always have to have it out, and you have to actively play below. Whilst with a Valkyrie cam, for example, you place 1 above, 1 below, you check, okay, now I'm below, I go below, someone else holds the Valkyrie cam above, I can shoot him whilst he pings me, easy. With Pulse, you have to scan for yourself, you can't shoot back while scanning, so let's say there holds already, he's facing you, you're gonna die. People are gonna hunt you and stuff like that. And it's loud, obviously. So I rate Valkyrie way more above Pulse. I would also add Ella to decent. I think her gadget is super strong, don't get me wrong, but her gun just makes her super weak. Like the traps she has and their stuns are super strong, but her gun is just way too weak. Next up, I'm gonna add Frost and Capcan. Both have good guns, but okay guns actually. Capcan is a good gun, Frost is an okay gun, but their traps are also very situational. Like either the team doesn't watch out for them and jumps into Frost traps, runs into Capcan traps, or well, they just shoot them and then your utility, which you bring to the team, is completely useless and you can't really contribute anything to the round. Then placing your traps and hoping for the best. Another decent operator is Alibi, I'd say. I think she has a really good gun. Her gadget is similar to the 2 traps. It's very situational. It's never gonna be like, oh my god, we won a round because of this gadget. But it's because of the fact that she brings a small shotgun and, well, impacts with which she can impact trick, help the team, make rotations, stuff like that, and that's always something which is, well, helpful. Next up I would add Oryx. I think Oryx is similar to Alibi and, well, also to trap operators. He's very, and also Clash actually, he's very situational. Like, maybe you're gonna pull off the flank of the life, you're gonna hold up the hedge, shoot them all, win the round, or well, they're gonna hear you, you're gonna die. But on the hindsight, he brings a good gun, and you can do a lot of damage with him, but you can also be caught off guard. I think on the low tier list, actually let's start with Caveira first before we go to the low tier list. Caveira is an operator you can put on 2 lists. You can put her on decent because her ability to flank and her silent step can be quite strong. She also brings impacts to the table, and you can argue with something similar to Alibi, where you can play her main shotgun and then play her pistol, and argue with the fact that with the pistol you can still do a lot of damage and one-shot down people. You can get the wall hack, obviously, with her interrogation, but I would rank her to lower tier. I know she's played in the lower elos quite often, but I just don't think she's a strong operator, and she's way too high off in bet. Next up, I would add Warden. I think Warden is an operator who yet needs to be buffed. You can't be flashed, but the current meta isn't really to flash the enemy. It's more to, and you can see it for smoke, sorry, but the current meta isn't really a flash smoke meta. It's more of a deny shields meta and then hope for the best, kind of. So it's like hard. He doesn't really bring a lot to the current meta. Last but not least, we have Castle, and I think Castle is also a hard choice. You can add Castle to decent because his gadget can be strong on certain sides and can help out, but like I already said, the current meta is a lot about destroying shields and working together to bring a lot of utility removal. And especially in such a meta, you're gonna have a Sledge, you're gonna have nades, you're gonna have Ashe Sophia almost every round. So having a castle doesn't really contribute that much. To put up 3 castle barricades, they're gonna get destroyed. I'd rather have Wamai putting up 3 Wamai charges which catch utility, which catch things, and then you should be good to go. And yeah, I think that's basically about it, to be honest, about the list. I think the ranking like that it's hard to rank all the operators, because the operators always depend on spot, map, and enemy team. Like, you need to adjust. You need to, in ranked rounds, you need to adjust. You're like, okay, they're rushing all the time, we might need to bring more traps. Or you're like, okay, they're taking their time, we can bring more plant denial. But overall, I think those rankings are mixed. They're kind of competitive, kind of ranked. Obviously, with Rook and Dog putting them in strong, like, it's arguable. You could put Pulse in there too. You could put Castle in there too. It's hard to argue about those things because it's, like said, very situational. But I think this is like the best list you can do. And I'm quite certain you want to win more ranked games and you bring every round a Maestro, an Echo, a Wamai, a Jäger, and a Smoke, you're gonna win more ranked rounds. Actually, there's been like an interesting statistic. I remember me and my friends picking operators with the highest win rate all the time, and we kept winning. Simply because they're always going to be strong. A Wamai is always going to be strong no matter where you are. It's the same with a Valkyrie. She's almost always going to be strong, or a Maestro. He brings information, he can make setups, and same with Smoke. He brings information, he can make setups. There's never a scenario where he's not strong. It's the same with Melusi. And Jäger is like so hard to argue. Like, honestly, you could put Jäger to God tier, and he's still going to be good. Like, he is God tier, but he's also... You could also put him to strong, as he only has 3 ADS, which are way easier to deny than Wamai chargers, so it's hard to argue, but Wamai chargers need time. So I hope you get my point, and well, if you guys disagree with it and have different opinions, feel free to chat them in the comment section, and if not, then well, and I'm happy that you agree with me. Thank you very much for paying attention, and I hope you all are going rogue.